Chapter 1. The New Kid. Alex Winters was the new kid at Greenwood High, and everyone noticed her right away. She had straight black hair, intense green eyes, and moved with a confidence that made people curious. She mostly kept to herself and was quiet, which only made her seem more mysterious. Some kids thought she was from New York, while others whispered that she was hiding something. They were right. Alex had a big secret. Alex's real name wasn't even Alex Winters. She was actually Alexandra Ivanov, the daughter of a Russian diplomat who had recently gone missing. Her father's job had always involved sensitive, even dangerous work. When he disappeared, it was no ordinary case. It left Alex and her mother in danger too. Fearing for their safety, her mom made a quick and drastic decision. They changed their names, moved to a small town, and tried to start fresh. Before Alex's first day at Greenwood High, her mom sat her down and gave her a serious talk. "Alex," she said, "you have to act like a regular kid. No one can know who you really are." Alex understood, but it was a lot to handle. She had to remember her new identity, her new story, and keep every detail of her past life hidden. As Alex walked into school each day, she had to act as if she'd always been Alex Winters, just another high school student. But blending in wasn't easy for her. She wasn't used to hiding, and she couldn't shake the fear that someone might find out her secret. Still, she tried her best to fit in and stay invisible, knowing her safety depended on it. Chapter 2. The Friend. On Alex's first day at Greenwood High, she met Mia, a cheerful, chatty girl with a big smile. Mia was one of those people who could make anyone feel comfortable, and she was incredibly curious about everything, especially about new people. When Mia and Alex sat together in the cafeteria, Mia wasted no time asking questions. "Where are you from, Alex?" she asked right away. Caught off guard, Alex tried to think quickly. A small town up north," she mumbled, hoping Mia wouldn't dig deeper, but Mia was too curious to let it go. "What's it called?" she asked, looking at Alex with wide, interested eyes. Alex felt a little nervous, not wanting to mess up her story. "Oh, just a place called Greenwood," she replied, hoping her answer sounded normal enough. It was a lie, of course, and lying wasn't something Alex was comfortable with. Luckily, Mia didn't seem suspicious. She just shrugged and accepted Alex's answer. "That's cool. I know everyone here, so you're a big deal. A mystery, you know?" Alex managed a small, nervous laugh. Part of her felt a bit guilty about not telling the full truth, especially because she already liked Mia. She had never had a lot of friends before, and Mia seemed like someone she could trust and enjoy spending time with. But Alex knew she had to be careful. She couldn't reveal who she really was, or why she was there. It was too risky to let Mia or anyone else in on her secret. For now, she would have to keep her real story to herself, even if it meant lying to her new friend. Chapter 3. The Suspicion. Weeks went by, and Alex worked hard to stay unnoticed. She kept her head down, focused on her schoolwork, and didn't draw attention. She mostly spent time with Mia and a few other classmates, but stayed quiet, trying to blend in. She was beginning to feel almost normal, like her old self. But in the back of her mind, she was always a little nervous, worrying that someone might discover her secret. Her mother constantly reminded her to be careful. You never know who could be watching. Stay away from the internet. Don't use social media, she would say. And Alex listened, though it wasn't always easy. She missed being able to talk freely and hated feeling like she always had to look over her shoulder. Then one day, something happened that made Alex feel exposed. During lunch, a boy named Liam walked up to her table. Liam was known for being smart and observant, and he was curious, too curious for Alex's comfort. "Hey, Alex," he said with a friendly smile. "Where did you say you were from again?" Surprised, Alex stammered, "Oh, up north." "Right," he said, nodding slowly, "because I heard you speaking in another language in the library yesterday." Alex's stomach dropped. She remembered speaking in Russian on the phone with her mom, a careless mistake. Her mind raced, trying to cover up. I'm learning Russian. It's just a hobby," she said, hoping he'd buy it. Liam nodded, but there was a spark in his eyes as though he didn't completely believe her. Alex felt uneasy, realizing that Liam might start paying closer attention to her than she wanted. Chapter 4: The Unexpected Encounter. One evening, as Alex was walking home, she noticed a black car parked near her house. She didn't recognize it, and something about it made her uneasy. Her heart began to pound as she got closer. She tried to act normal, casually walking up the steps to her front door, but she couldn't help glancing at the car. She thought she saw a figure sitting in the driver's seat, watching her. Once inside, she quickly locked the door and went straight to her mother, her hands shaking. "Mom, I think we're being watched," Alex whispered, still looking over her shoulder. Her mother's face grew serious. She tried to stay calm but looked worried. "It's probably nothing," she said softly, trying to reassure Alex. "But we'll keep an eye out. Remember, Alex, trust no one, not even your friends." Hearing that made Alex feel a little sad. She wanted to tell her mom about Mia, her new friend who seemed trustworthy and kind. She even thought about mentioning Liam, though he made her nervous with his questions. But Alex knew that her mother would never approve. Her mom believed that no one could be trusted, and that meant Alex couldn't let anyone get too close. So, despite her need for friendship and support, Alex knew she would have to keep her friends at a distance. It was safer that way, especially if someone really was watching them. But the thought of not being able to trust anyone weighed on her, making her feel even more isolated in her new life. Chapter 5: Liam's Curiosity. Liam couldn't shake the feeling that Alex was hiding something big. Over the next few weeks, he watched her carefully, noticing things that others missed. Alex was always a bit on edge, careful with her words, and especially tense whenever someone mentioned Russia or anything related to politics. Liam felt certain she wasn't just an ordinary student. One day after school, he decided to confront her directly. As Alex was getting ready to leave, Liam approached her, blocking her way. "Alex, I know you're lying," he said firmly. Alex's face went pale. She didn't expect this and felt her heart race. What? What do you mean? You're not just a kid from a small town. You're hiding something, aren't you? Liam said, his voice calm but serious. Alex felt trapped. She couldn't keep lying to Liam forever, but telling him the truth felt risky. After a moment of hesitation, she took a deep breath and decided to open up, at least a little. Liam, she whispered, her voice barely audible. If I tell you, you have to swear not to tell anyone. Not a single person. Liam nodded, his face serious. She could see that he was determined to know. I'm not who you think I am, she began, choosing her words carefully. My father was a diplomat, and he disappeared under mysterious circumstances. My mother and I had to go into hiding to stay safe, and that's why we moved here. We even changed our names. Liam's eyes widened as he listened. For a moment, he seemed shocked. I knew something was up, he finally said, processing her words. But I didn't realize it was this serious. Alex felt relieved, but also scared. Now that Liam knew her secret, he was part of the danger too. Chapter 6. The Threat. 1 week later, a letter arrived at Alex's house. It had no return address, just her mother's name written neatly on the front. When her mom opened it, Alex noticed her mother's face go pale as she read. It's a warning, her mother whispered, gripping the letter tightly. They know where we are. Alex felt her stomach drop. She understood exactly what this meant. They were no longer safe in Greenwood. They would have to leave behind the life they'd tried to build here, the friends Alex had finally made, and everything she'd begun to care about. Mom, we can't just leave, Alex pleaded, her voice shaky. I have friends here now. They know me. They trust me. Her mother looked at her with sad but determined eyes. Alex, this is about our safety. If they've found us, we can't take any chances. Your friends, they'll understand someday. But we can't stay. Alex's heart broke. She had finally felt like she could live a normal life, like she could trust someone. Mia had become her first real friend, and Liam now knew her secret, supporting her and making her feel less alone. She wasn't ready to lose that, not after everything she'd been through. But her mother's mind was made up, and Alex knew that arguing wouldn't change anything. This was her life now, always moving, always hiding, never staying anywhere long enough to feel safe. But for the first time, she didn't want to run. She wasn't ready to give up on the life she'd started here, no matter how much danger it meant. Chapter 7. The Plan. That night, Alex gathered all her courage and met with Liam and Mia. She explained everything to them, the truth about her father, the danger her family was in, and the threatening letter her mother had received. Mia and Liam listened, their faces shifting from shock to determination as she shared each detail. Mia was the first to speak. We have to do something, she said firmly. We can't just let you leave without a fight. Liam nodded, his expression serious. If they're coming after you, we'll figure out who they are and why. We're in this together, Alex. Alex felt a mix of relief and fear. She was grateful her friends wanted to help, but she knew how risky this was. Are you both sure? She asked. If you get involved, you'll be putting yourselves in danger, too. Mia gave her a reassuring smile. You're our friend, Alex. We're not letting you face this alone. The three of them began working on a plan to uncover who was behind the threat. Liam suggested starting with the letter itself, hoping they could find some clue in the handwriting or any unique markings. Mia offered to search online for any information about her father's past work and possible enemies, despite Alex's usual avoidance of the internet. Alex, meanwhile, would try to gather any clues from her mother's conversations, hoping to learn more about who might be after them. It was risky and could easily backfire, but it was their only chance. If they succeeded, Alex might be able to stay in Greenwood and keep the life she'd started building. As they sat together, talking through every detail, Alex felt something she hadn't felt in a long time: hope. Chapter 8. The Discovery. After days of searching and piecing together clues, Alex, Liam, and Mia made a startling discovery. Through old news articles, hidden files, and information they managed to uncover, they realized Alex's father had been investigating a powerful, secretive organization involved in serious illegal activities. This group, known for its reach and influence, didn't hesitate to eliminate anyone who threatened them. When Alex's father got too close, they silenced him, and now they were after Alex and her mother too. The revelation left Alex shaken. She'd always known her father's job was risky, but she had never imagined it would put her in such danger. Realizing they were being hunted made her feel more vulnerable than ever. She thought of her mother's constant fear, the precautions they took, and how they'd uprooted their lives just to stay safe. Now, it all made terrifying sense. But Liam and Mia weren't about to let fear stop them. Despite the danger, they were even more determined to protect Alex and figure out a way to stop this powerful group. They discussed their next moves, brainstorming ways to use their discovery without putting themselves at further risk. Liam suggested they gather more information, enough to expose the organization if needed. Mia proposed finding someone trustworthy who could help, someone with authority who could bring the organization to justice. Though Alex was scared, she found comfort in her friend's support. She no longer felt alone. She had allies who were willing to stand by her, even with the risks involved. As they sat together, mapping out their plan, Alex felt a spark of hope mixed with fear. They would have to act quickly and carefully, but with Liam and Mia by her side, she believed they just might stand a chance. Chapter 9. The Confrontation. The night before Alex and her mother were supposed to leave, Liam received a mysterious message from a stranger asking him to meet at an old, abandoned warehouse. Alex wanted to go with him, but Liam told her to stay behind. "Just trust me," he said with a reassuring smile. "I'll be back soon." But hours passed, and Liam didn't return. Alex grew more and more worried, and soon panic set in. She and Mia decided to go find him. When they reached the warehouse, they found Liam tied up and surrounded by men in black suits. One of the men looked familiar to Alex. He was someone who had worked with her father in the past. "What do you want?" Alex demanded, trying to sound brave even though her voice was shaking. The man smirked. "We want you and your mother to disappear. Your father knew too much, and now so do you." Alex felt helpless, but just as things seemed hopeless, Mia stepped forward. She pulled out her phone and showed the men a recording she had made of their entire conversation. She had secretly recorded everything without anyone noticing. "Let us go, or I'll send this to the police," Mia said, her voice firm. The men hesitated when they realized they were caught. After a tense moment, they reluctantly agreed to let Alex, Liam, and Mia go. But before they left, the man in charge issued one final threat. "This isn't over. You're not safe." As they escaped the warehouse, Alex's heart raced. They had won this round, but the danger wasn't over. She knew that their fight against these powerful people had only just begun. Chapter 10. A New Beginning. A few days after the confrontation at the warehouse, Alex and her mother made the difficult decision to leave Greenwood. This time, they were leaving on their own terms. They knew they couldn't stay forever because the danger was still out there, but they were grateful for the time they had spent in the town and for the friends they had made. As Alex said goodbye to Mia and Liam, she felt a mix of emotions. There was sadness, because she had to leave behind the people who had become important to her. But there was also hope. Despite the danger and the constant moving, she realized she wasn't alone anymore. She had true friends who cared about her and who had risked their safety to help her. Mia and Liam hugged her, both promising to stay in touch, even if it had to be from a distance. Alex knew that her life wouldn't be the same without them, but she also knew they would always have her back, no matter where she went or what happened. As she walked away from the town that had briefly been her home, Alex made a vow to herself. She would keep running, keep hiding, but one day, she would find her father. She would uncover the truth about what happened to him and put an end to the chase that had defined her life for so long. It wasn't the end of her journey, but the beginning of something new. Something she would face with the hope that someday the danger would be over, and she could live a life free of fear.